kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Back to Noah. Indiana moving the ball around. And he gets it to go.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
For the Houston Rockets, they won their last contest in that game against the Los Angeles Lakers.
And how about the game plan that was constructed for that one? I mean, it was apparent how powerless the D was to stop it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I mean, they just didn't have an answer for anything they threw at them.
Now here's Dragic trying to claw his way back after a terrible showing in that loss to Boston. Houston leading by 9. From the stripe, and it's Houston with another.
This is why I love his game. You really have to admire his tenacity.
Indiana's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside.
They can't guard us on the perimeter.
All right, let's go over to the sideline.
Spacing.
Hey, Kevin, well, the
Spacing.
Rockets coach had some advice for the team over that last break. He said their plan was run their offense through Freak. That may be a strategy that comes as a little bit of a surprise, but coach is showing a lot of confidence in his ability to produce an outstanding effort today. So still in the opening quarter, and already some adjustments being made. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. Offensive rebound. Noah. Great defense that time from Freak.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
Now the pass to Howard. It's Freak, top of the key. He kicks it to Wilcox. He feeds it to Freak from deep three-point range. Cannot hit. So the Pacers will take it the other way. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Yeah, foul trouble early on, I thought, set the tone in that game, and it just made it difficult for them to get over the hump.
Yeah, it really got them out of sync, and that hurt them big time. Forced them to go much deeper into their bench than they would have liked to.
Amari Stoudemire is checked in for Dwight Howard. Lawson outside. Latrey is now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
And that one's good. "13 points for Freak."
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Lawson drives in. Here's Noah, and Capella sends it back. Here's Wilcox. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Wilcox has got his first points in this one. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Rockets?
Boy, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
And that one's good.
Come on now, let's go.
15 points for Freak.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Sometimes you just got to man up and take a tough foul in order to stop these free runs to the rim.
Arthur dishes to Lawson. Noah the screen. Lawson kicks to Miles. That one falls, coming off Lawson's feet. Miles has got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Indiana. Freak with it. Now Lawson defending. And it's Freak missing.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Stoudemire against Noah. And there are the Pacers with another bucket.
He has such a nice touch for a big man.
Yeah, and they've got to figure out a way to get a bigger body on him, because if they don't match up his size, then he's going to continue to work them over the rest of the game. These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Well, they've given up 10 of the last 12 points from close range, so I'd have to agree with you, partner.
And stolen by Freak. And the basket by Brewer. And now it's an 11-point Rocket lead.
It's taking them no time to build this lead up. Great first quarter offensively.
But no time to relax here. They've got to keep the pressure on with the defense, and I think they've got to try to put this one away early.
Now here is Lawson. He has 5, and it's Miles missing.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside. No doubt they've come into this game with a really aggressive approach, just pounding the ball inside.
It certainly is working.
And before the game, Star Center Joakim Noah talked about the intensity of this Chicago Bulls.
I feel like we're the hungriest team.
You know, I think Joakim can... It's here for the Pacers. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Arthur. And it's Bird for Goran Dragic. C.J. Miles is out there with Paul George. Then there's Bird. And it's Stokes in at the center position. That's the Pacers' 5. There's a good screen. Jumper off the screen. And George gets it to go. George has got 12 in the game.
This quarter has brought out the best in them, fellas. Even though they're still trailing,
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing. Spacing.
Rockets number 1. The Pacers 4th.
And the shooting display both these teams have put on this season has been remarkable. I mean, there are just three-point shooters all over the floor.
Pass to Kilpatrick. Houston moving it around. Howard, the pass to Freak. Harden kicks to Freak. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Let's go, man.
And that
Let's
fella
go.
can flat out fly, can he?
Reminds me of a young Greg Anthony out of
my
UNLV.
goodness.
No doubt about that. Just look at the elevation he climbed to right there.
Kevin, you just made my knees hurt.
that's what sets him apart from so many other point guards in the NBA.
George, no good.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's cost him.
Now here's Freak. He's covered closely. Howard setting the pick for Harden. Kicks to Freak. Shot clock at 6. From 15 feet away, Harden, no good.
And as far as jump shots go, that's what you have to control. And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. Pacers trail by 16. To the left side wing. George up top. To the inside. Stolen. And here we go. Fast break. Freak's got it. And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Lakers was just phenomenal. He finished with 45 points, and along with what he did on the offensive end, he also played some stellar defense as well. Just numbers that really jump out at you in a box score.
Thanks, Doris, for revisiting what was an astounding performance.
Yeah, that's certainly one that we'll be talking about here for a long time.
I'd say it would make it to his greatest hits file. No doubt about it.
Come on, fellas. We got to pick up the pace. If you see an open look, we got to take it.
Unbelievable
Have to make
for him over the last month. First in shooting percentage, and he's as good as it gets from three-point land. In fact, the best percentage that we have in the league.
Yeah, and you're right. He's been the pinnacle of scoring efficiency. Never seems to take a bad shot. They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
And Lawson, here we go. To the middle. Here's Bird. That is in there. Lawson with the assist. Bird's got his first 2 points.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes. Like conducting an orchestra. They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple.
And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. You take a look at the 76ers. They hold the first place spot in the conference, just right where they want to be. They've got momentum. And checking out Indiana, 6.5 games behind them.
And seeing where Indiana is, they're in the mix for a playoff spot, which is definitely a positive. But I'm sure they'd like to have had their hands around that spot a little tighter than they do.
For sure. I mean, it's certainly not a sure thing at this point. They've got work to do yet.
The Rockets have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
Yeah, in general, they've been very solid. I mean, free throw shooting isn't something they've had to worry about too much this season, guys.
And Lawson, here we go. Miles, that's for 2. They get it back. Lawson dishes to Miles. Goes back up, and the jumper is good. Miles has got his second basket of the night.
Probably wasn't the shot they were looking for, but they'll take the bucket.
He got it! Wow! He caught it!
My goodness.
Wow. Wow, what a miracle heave to finish off the quarter.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
It's as if he can get to the rim any time he wants, and in that first half, he wanted to quite a bit.
And that's where his points were coming from. I mean, the defense has to do a much better job of challenging him at the rim.
So on the floor for Houston, Freak in at point guard. Henderson out there with Mickey. Then it's Harden, and it's Howard in at center. Stokes kicks to George. Stolen by Henderson. And here we go. Fast break. Henderson's got it. And Freak gets it to go on the assist by Henderson. 32 points for Freak.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc. And boy, are they taking advantage.
How about that now? What a sensational finish.
Oh, got to be able to get some hang time to do that right.
Yeah.